What's up, nerds? The Immortal Nerd here, and welcome back to Let's Talk Anime Season 2, Episode 2, where we talk about anything and everything that is anime. And as you can see behind me, you got an idea of what I'll be talking about. If you don't, I'll be talking about Ultra Instinct Goku from Dragon Ball Super, who made his debut in the Tournament of Power. Yes, I remember I got spoiled on this new form of Goku's from Instagram, and it was a picture that I saw, and I was like, oh, I don't want to go into it and see anything more. So I just left it at that and just waited until it came about. So yeah, that's what I'll be going into today up here for you guys, and I hope you guys on SoundCloud are still there with me. How did you enjoy my first episode of Season 2 of Let's Talk Anime with the My Hero Academia Season 3? I know I want to say the third episode is out right now for the new season. But again, as I said before, I like to wait till all the episodes are up, and then I binge watch it. That's how I like to do things. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this thing right here. Goku in his Ultra Instinct form. Now, when I first heard about it, I was like, "That's this Ultra Instinct." I'm like, that sounds pretty, pretty godly. I don't know another word for it, but it sounds pretty cool. Ultra Instinct. Kind of like an innate behavioral type of thing, if you will, like something that triggers you to go back into your I won't say caveman days, but you guys know what I'm trying to get at here. So yes, this Ultra Instinct, it first appeared when he was fighting Jiren round 1. He decided to use a spirit bomb. He figured, that would, spark something out of Jiren, or, at least do some type of damage. But it did not. Jiren had forced it back effortlessly to Goku, and it pretty much blasted him, and he was gone, for lack of a better word. But he wasn't really gone. Obviously, he ended up coming back, but he wasn't really conscious, if you will. His aura was different. It was something he had changed, and you can tell because of the color of his aura and how his hair was flowing. And his eyes, they were different. They had like a certain, glaze, or he was like lost in something. And it turned out that he was in this, Ultra Instinct form. Whis had talked about it. This was something that he was trying to get him and Vegeta to get into. And Goku was finally able to do it. So he was able to, hold his own for a while against Jiren. And the reason why I want to talk about Ultra Instinct Goku is because in this particular form here, as you can see in the picture behind me, and the reason why I chose this picture is because just how, gangster this form is. Like, you can see already in his face, he's like, he got this mean mug on him. Like, he don't care like who he up against. He's gonna throw it down no matter what. And in this scene here, I'll show you. I have a little gift. I have a gift up here. I'll show you when he turned into his Ultra Instinct form, and him and Jiren is about to have the real fight. They're up in the air, and the camera's like rotating around them, and then like in one of the rotations, you see Goku. He flies up to Jiren close and personal, like in my background, like we about to throw down, and Jiren looking like you can't do nothing to me, punk. Let's go. So I'm about to show this to you right here. And when he comes up to him like that, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, Goku straight G right here. And they just throw down at it. And the music that they had playing, makes it even better. And I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this form. I'm feeling the Tournament of Power. So let's see what this thing can do. And he doesn't beat him this first go around, because this is his first time practicing this form. So it makes sense that Goku would not win, that first bout. It's his first time going into this form. Jiren, he is a more experienced fighter than he lets on to be, and you figure that out later on up in this tournament. But that being said, back to Goku. So after him and Jiren fight, he loses out the form, like he loses the Ultra Instinct form, so he has to go and like hide somewhere to recover or recuperate. So he doesn't go into the Ultra Instinct form until he fights against what's their name separately, Kefla and Kale, two Saiyans from Universe 6. So yes, in Dragon Ball Super you have more Saiyans now, but of a different universe. So that is the second time Goku enters this Ultra Instinct form, going up against Kefla and Kale. But it only happens when these two female Saiyans fuse using the Potara earrings. So yes, this would be a good time for that to happen, because the Potara earrings, or the Potara fusion, if you will, is the stronger out of the two, fusion characters that we have thus far in this series. The fusion dance one, I forget what the name is for, or if they even said the name. And the Potara earring fusion. The Potara earring fusion is the stronger fusion characters out of these two. And it showed. Kefla, the fusion name of these two Saiyans together, Kefla had gave Goku, a run for his money. Though, that's something I don't like. I don't say, willingly. I'm very reluctant on that. These two, especially, what is her name? Kale. I think it's Kale. The one that's all arrogant, and she brags about how strong she is, but it's like she doesn't know the reason why she's strong. It's like she's ignorant to her heritage, to her culture, and I kind of felt a type of way about that. So, but I mean, it's like, yeah. So, but whatever. She's still inexperienced though. So, ha. But anyway, when they fused, Goku, he was like, he tried to keep up in his Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan form, but he was like, yeah, she's pretty much, she got me beat right now. And I guess like with their like finishing move they were about to do, that's when he ended up in his Ultra Instinct form. And he did like this other boss move that he did, like he was on like this plateau thing, and she has like sending out a few ki blasts, and he jumped off of it like head first, like he was like diving into ocean of water or something like that, a body of water. And he's just chilling, like when he's falling down, because he has no facial expression, just like calm. And he's falling down, and she like tries to go get him, and he's just looking at her like, yo, what's up, what you doing here? And she's like, what in the world, like what is this guy? And I'll show you right here, you see. And he's like, what's up? And he just hits her with the double twin dragon fist or whatever. And again, the music makes it a whole lot better, because it's like when he entered this form, the whole mood changed, and it's just crazy. I'm like, okay, yeah, this ultra instinct, I can get down with that. And um, they like at first they make it like a really big deal, because like they really don't know, like everybody else besides the gods don't know like what this ultra instinct is, until Whis goes into explanation, and he's pretty much saying that ultra instinct is just nothing more than like a reflex booster, really, because you know that you can only send a message from your brain to a certain part of your body so fast using the nervous system. And what the ultra instinct does is it skips all of that. Like your body acts on its own without you telling your body consciously to do certain things. So, and as he was saying, that's valuable fighting time or battle time for you to have in like a crisis, or somebody who's stronger than you in a certain aspect of fighting. And so that's pretty much what that is. And when they found out, they was like, "Oh, that's all that is." I mean, that's whatever. But if you're not a skilled fighter like Jiren and Goku and Vegeta and all of those, then no matter how powerful you are or how fast you are, you're not gonna beat out this form here. You're not gonna beat it out. And Kefla had to witness this. Because another boss thing Goku does is, when it was time for him to finish off Kefla, she was like sending a volley of ki blasts and energy balls his way, and he was just dodging them, and he was charging up his Kamehameha at the same time. And she did like a final ki blast when he was in midair, thinking that he wouldn't be able to dodge it, because in every anime show they always say that you can't dodge this in midair, when they 100% of the time they do. So I don't know why they do that. But anyway, when Kefla sends out this major ki blast to finish off Goku, it doesn't finish him off, because he used the Kamehameha that he was charging up this whole time to slide across her ki blast. And I'm like, when I'm watching this, like in the moment, it's like, what? Like, huh? Like, how did he do that? Like, who thinks of this? Like that was so crazy. Like he did some awesome trick, when in reality, it's like it's nothing difficult to do. But in the moment, it's like you wouldn't think Goku would do something like that, but he did it. He used the Kamehameha to slide across her ki blast in order to dodge it and give her that Kamehameha right in the face. And when they showed it in the show, they did the repeating like 3 times, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, all right, I kind of like this here. I like this here. And I was getting a whole lot of Dragon Ball Z vibes from the whole Tournament of Power in general, and that could be, or one of the reasons, I should say, that I like the Tournament of Power arc more in Super than the other arcs. And another reason may as well be that we already saw the movies that came out before Super. So like those 2 earlier arcs with Frieza coming back and the introduction of the God of Destruction of these angels, we already seen it in the movies. So it's like we already know what's going to happen here. So let's give us something else, okay? And yeah, but that Kamehameha to the face, that was crazy. That was crazy there. So I was like, yeah, I'm really digging this Ultra Instinct form. And you were seeing that Goku is trying to get a little bit more handle on it. Not 100%, but a lot more than than he was when he first tried to fight Jiren. Because even though he obtained this form, he can't. There was no power behind his physical attacks, and he was noticing this when he was fighting Kefla. So that's why he ended up doing the Kamehameha, because that was the only way he will be able to cause any real damage. So he still at this point didn't master this yet because of no power behind his physical attacks. So he's trying to get used to this form, not relying so much on consciously thinking on what to do, because as a martial artist, that's what you do, and he explained that in the show. But the third time that Goku unleashes the Ultra Instinct, though, the third time, it is the final time, and that the final time is when he completes it, or master it, I should say. And I'll show you the clip right here. And as you can see, you see all the gods of destruction standing up as if they're witnessing, a baptism of a new god or whatever. And at first you see Goku, he's all covered up in this aura here. And like he did like a 150 hit combo on Jiren. And you start to see his aura starts to, peel away from him. And you saw his eyes first. They were like silver grayish. And he comes up more to him. And you see his whole body, his, full form and beard. He's excited about this. He's like, yeah, I got me a real, rival now. And the camera comes up on Goku, and you see his gray / silver hairstyle, and that lets you know that it is the true, complete, autonomous Ultra Instinct. That's what they say in the English dub. I don't know what they call it in the sub, but the autonomous Ultra Instinct. And if you had noticed his hairstyle, whenever a Saiyan transforms, the hairstyle always change, and the color as well. So the color and the hairstyle also change. So that lets us know visually that they went to another level, whether it's complete or not. So in this form, the Ultra Instinct form, in this first form, if you will, his hair was still black, and the hairstyle was still the same. The only difference was it was more flowing because of the aura that he had around him, his energy that was out of him. And in this complete Ultra Instinct form, the only thing that changed was the hair color. It went from black to gray / silver. I'm gonna say silver. Well, it's probably white or whatever. I don't know, but I'm gonna say silver. It turned silver. That was the only thing that had changed, not the hairstyle. So that got me thinking, is this really like if it is a complete form, because they say it's the complete autonomous Ultra Instinct form, then what was this form here that's behind me with him with the black hair? So I'll say that's probably the incomplete form, and the complete form, the 100% form, is the real base form of Ultra Instinct. That's what I'm thinking. So if that is the case, then there could be other levels of this Ultra Instinct once it is fully completed, and that's probably something that will be introduced in a new season, hopefully. Who knows? Those of you who are reading the manga, is probably in that somewhere, or maybe not yet. I know they're off doing some other things, and we don't know really if that's going to be the same thing that would be introduced in the anime series, because those of you know, the manga and the anime, they're following two different paths. some things may correlate, but not a whole lot of things. But yeah, that had got me thinking there. I was like, I wonder if there are gonna be like, other levels stacked on through this Ultra Instinct, just like, the Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, then Super Saiyan 3, whatever, so on and so on. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. So when he completed that form, he was like, he was pretty much like on God level. He was he was in like real God mode or something. But yeah, that was a crazy complete Ultra Instinct Goku is beast. He's a broken character in a video game. It's crazy. It is crazy. So yeah, Ultra Instinct Goku. Now, with that being said, because whenever Goku finds a new form, guess who's behind him? Literally, yeah, Vegeta. And he tries to get there in the Tournament of Power. Cause he saw Goku do it, and he said he wants to try to do it too, and to no avail. He doesn't get there. So he's like, what? Forget this. Goku can have his Ultra Instinct. I'ma do, what I'ma do, what I know how to do. And he does reaches some kind of, an ascension level of the Super Saiyan Blue form, but it was kind of equivalent to Goku Super Saiyan Blue form with the Kaioken. I don't know how many times what the multiplier was for it, but that was pretty much what the equivalent was for it, because they was double teaming on Jiren at one point, and they were still having a hard time battling him. So with that also got me thinking, what if Vegeta obtains this Ultra Instinct as well? Now, granted, it's going to be a whole lot harder for him to obtain it than Goku, because Vegeta, he as a Saiyan, he takes his race, or his race is in high regards, and which is understandable. You want to be proud of who you are, but not to the point to where, especially if you're a warrior, not to the point to where, well, I wouldn't say a warrior, but in this case, not to where if you have a chance to use different techniques that may not have come from your culture or whatever, or your background or home, if it can be used to win a battle or a war or a tournament that will prevent your whole universe from ever existing, then you should probably do it. But not Vegeta. That's not him. Like he didn't want to do the fusion dance or use the Patara earrings, because that's not something a Saiyan does. He holds his race of people in high regards, and how they fight, especially how they fight as a warrior, because that's who he is. So for him, it's like, if he can't beat you the way that he know how, then he can't beat you. So he loses in that aspect. Versus Goku, even though he is a Saiyan, he didn't grow up as one. He spent his whole life on Earth, so he was more open into learning different ways of fighting, because he never knew what a Saiyan was, pretty much. So he was open to different fighting styles, because he, as a martial artist, he wanted to learn new techniques. He wanted to get stronger, and in order to get stronger, fighting any and everybody, you gotta have your own type of tricks or whatever. So that's why Goku knows instant transmission and all these other tactics that he may have learned and whatnot. So whenever Goku was backed into this corner, it was easier for him, or I'm gonna say that's why he had got the Ultra Instinct first, because it's not like when he's backed into a corner, he's not saying, well, I use everything, I can't beat you with what I have, so I can't beat you. He was saying, well, I can't beat you with what I have, so I'm going to find something else that I may not have known to beat you, if it helps. So with that, it was kind of like his subconscious was like open, if you will. Like his brain became unlocked, and this Ultra Instinct was able to flow through. Versus Vegeta, his mind is still locked down into one thing. So he's still trying to he's trying to be more open, and we kind of see this. He's trying to be more open because he doesn't want to have this big gap between him and Goku, 'cause that hurts him. That hurts his pride every single time. But yeah, I would like to see in a new season of Dragon Ball Super a Ultra Instinct Vegeta. I would love to see this, but in the case of when he first turned Super Saiyan, we don't see this, like we don't see that transformation in real time. I want to see this transformation in real time for Ultra Instinct if they have Vegeta obtain this form, because I want to see Vegeta let go. I want to see him let go of his emotions, his pride, all of the thoughts that he has in his mind, and just let go. Like he needs to break through that barrier in order to achieve these new forms and higher power. Because if you guys remember when he was telling his story on how he became Super Saiyan, he was like, he didn't care anymore. Like he didn't care if he became Super Saiyan or not. He didn't care if Goku was stronger than him or not. He just didn't care. He had let go, and once he had let go, it all came out, and he became Super Saiyan. So that's what I kind of feel like would happen if they have him become Ultra Instinct Vegeta. That's what would happen. That's what I would want to happen, and that's what I would love to see in live action to happen, because they're gonna have to put him in a situation that's like dire, and I would love it. I would love it, because watching Dragon Ball Super, especially the Tournament of Power, it made Vegeta climb up my favorite character in the Dragon Ball series. It climbed him up. He almost beat out Gohan, but Gohan he's still number one. Vegeta's 2. He's a high 2. So I'm like, yeah, I was really liking how they have Vegeta in the Tournament of Power. Like whenever he stepped up for his big moment, and they had that music playing in the background, I would choke up. I'm like, man, they're like, I like this dude now. Like I really like it now. I got to bump him up. To number 2. But so if it does happen, it's gonna be crazy. And I know I'm gonna love it. So with that being said, that will be the end of episode 2 of Let's Talk Anime. You guys know what to do. If you enjoyed it, like, share, subscribe. Get this out there to all the nerds in the universe, multiverse, and alternate dimensions. And I will see you in the next one. The Immortal Nerd, signing off.
Favorite word, what's your favorite word? Goku. That's my favorite word.